Welcome, noble Helldivers, to the first liberty in a hot democratic minute. I'm your esteemed host, Vanguard, joined by the loyal and undeniably trigger-happy Helldiver Interloper. Much has transpired since our last broadcast, so for those of you who may be a little out of the super loop, we'll do our best to fill you in on the current situation. On today's schedule, war reparations have come due, and the Helldivers have been assigned to get the job done. The Freedom Alliance's charity drive is in full motion. The question is, are you doing your part? And a moment of valor that pushes the boundaries of sanity so far, we may even need to go to super therapy ourselves. Operation Debt Collector. Final notice. The great work of rebuilding Super Earth is well underway. But as every loyal citizen knows, managed democracy doesn't pay for itself. The Ministry of Truth's Finance Department has concluded its full audit of the damage wrought by the Illuminate invasion. The cost? Astronomical. The perpetrators? Still breathing. The solution? Operation Debt Collector. The Helldivers were issued a simple directive: collect overdue war reparations the old-fashioned way, through compulsory asset forfeiture and immediate execution of all responsible parties, namely 290 million Illuminate fugitives, whose cloaked arrogance has long exceeded the limits of intergalactic decency, and 2.9 billion Terminator betters, who may not understand what they did, but will be held accountable nonetheless. Thanks to the valor of our deployed Helldivers and a few well-timed liberations of resource-rich Terminated worlds, the original kill quota was reduced by a full 2 billion bugs. The E710 windfalls secured from these infestations will ensure the Ministry of Expansion has everything it needs to rebuild Super Earth with style. Illuminate justice is 100% complete, and bug culling is 98% there. It goes without saying that current operational tempo puts us well on track to achieve full compliance within 1 or 2 hours. High Command remains fully confident that reparations will be collected ahead of schedule. Super Earth always settles its debts, with interest. Let this be a warning to any would-be enemies of freedom. Attack Super Earth, and you won't just pay the price. You'll be the currency. Troops, may the flames of freedom burn forevermore in your liberated hearts. Community Charity Drive for the children of Super Earth. Helldivers, just 1 year ago, you fought tirelessly on Vernon Wells to save the children of Super Citizen Anne's hospital from certain doom. Your bravery became legend, and now you have the chance to do it all over again. The Freedom Alliance, in partnership with Arrowhead, has launched a community-wide charity fundraiser, with all proceeds going directly to save the children. This goes above and beyond major orders. It's a real opportunity to help the most vulnerable across the galaxy and show the universe what managed democracy is truly about. To help drive this noble initiative forward, the Alliance is holding a galaxy-spanning auction over on the galactic wide web. Up for grabs, a number of unique and rare items, including the Crown Jewel, a custom replica BO1 tactical helmet, handcrafted by Dwarven Armory and signed by the entire Arrowhead team. One of a kind, one purpose. Auctions opened yesterday, June 24th at 1400 UTC and will run until 2330 UTC on June 28th. In other words, there's still time to get your bids in. All funds raised will go to improving the lives of children across the Federation, and you'll walk away with exclusive gear that no one else in the galaxy can claim. So rally, Helldivers. Let's show the galaxy that valor isn't only measured in bullets and explosions, but in compassion, unity, and selfless action. This is our moment to give back. Do your part. Make a difference. For the children, for Super Earth, for democracy. And with that, let's head on over to Helldiver Interloper's desk for today's Galactic Weather Report. Interloper, what have you got for us, soldier?
Good morning, Helldivers. I'm back with your forecast of freedom, and boy, is it a stormy one across the galaxy. First up, Alio 3, where the Ionic Jungle is living up to its name. Expect high humidity, thick foliage, and frequent electrostatic bursts, perfect for frizzing hair and frying Illuminate obelisks. Be sure to wear rubber-soled boots or risk getting enlightened by spontaneous lightning-based enlightenment. Pro tip, arc throwers plus wet jungle equals fireworks show and crispy squid. Over on Nublaria 1, the Haunted Swamp is currently 110% moist and 400% cursed. The fog is thicker than a Patriot's skull, and visibility is so low you might accidentally high-five a charger before realizing it's not your squad mate. Local Terminids are swarming like they heard we're giving out free flamethrower hugs. And guess what? We are. And of course, don't forget the ongoing major order. If it crawls, glows, or floats ominously, shoot it in the face for freedom. Remember, extermination is just patriotism with extra steps.
Flames of Freedom ignites the galaxy. Good news, Helldivers. Your ears no longer have to go undefended. On June 18th, the official Super Earth Salute theme tune was released into the wilds of the galactic wide web, accompanied by a rousing music video that has already sparked Liberty-fueled inspiration across the stars. The track, titled Flames of Freedom, was followed by a full audio visualizer release on June 19th for those who prefer their managed democracy with a pulse-pounding waveform. And let's set the record straight right here. This isn't AI slop. This is pure, honest, anti-socialist music. Composed, produced, and performed by none other than Helldiver Vanguard, yours truly, and the ever-capable Helldiver Interloper, Flames of Freedom is now available for streaming directly on the Super Earth Salute Super YouTube channel. Ready to blast from your Destroyer's speakers, your stratagem-packing headphones, or your orbital lounge system. Initial feedback has been overwhelmingly positive, with Helldivers across the GWW calling it everything from an absolute banger to the soundtrack to my next 300 deaths. So if you haven't already, head on over and give it a listen. You might just feel the flames of freedom burning a little brighter. And if you like what you hear, there's more on the way. So be sure to join the SES, earn your exclusive perks, and secure the bragging rights that only come from fighting for freedom in surround sound. Flames of Freedom is here, and it slaps. For Super Earth, for glory, for democracy. And now for today's Moment of Valor, a fistful of freedom. Today's Moment of Valor comes courtesy of the beautifully unstable Helldiver Devil of Lance Company, a proud member of the ever-growing Super Earth Salute official Discord. And what a clip this is, folks. One might even call it unwell. The footage opens with Devil doing what he does best, going toe-to-toe with an Illuminate Harvester. Unfortunately, Helldiver Devil underestimates just how fast tyrannical laser death travels. A beam to the chest sets him immediately ablaze. At this point, most Helldivers would retreat, regroup, and radio in for help. Devil leaps onto the Harvester's back and starts punching it with his fists. No stratagem, no backup, no sanity whatsoever. Just raw, unfiltered, bare-knuckle democracy. The Harvester, understandably confused by this tactical lunacy, retaliates with electric shocks, which only seem to further fuel Devil's democratic delusion. Then, out of nowhere, a second Harvester appears and fires, likely hoping to end Devil's campaign of violence. Instead, it accidentally vaporizes its own comrade, proving once again that no enemy is more dangerous to tyranny than tyranny itself. We here at the SES salute Helldiver Devil of Lance Company for his unfettered, deranged devotion to democracy, and for reminding us that sometimes hearing voices and punching alien robots is a valid tactical decision. Want a chance for your own Moment of Valor to be featured in an upcoming episode of The Liberty? Then join the official SES Super Discord, now over 4,300 Helldivers strong, and submit your clip in the relevant channel. Remember, the more valorous, insane, hilarious, or offensively over the top, the better. It goes without saying that freedom loves originality. And now for the Super Earth Art of War. Floss or be flossed. A wise Helldiver once said, "Liberty begins at the molars." In the never-ending war for managed democracy, much is asked of you. Grit, resolve, discipline, and a body count higher than your blood pressure. But there is one battlefield few discuss, and yet all must confront: the mouth. Because what good is a war cry if it's delivered through a maw of yellowed shame? Picture it. You've just repelled a wave of automatons, your boots still steaming from molten chassis, when a super citizen child approaches and timidly asks, "Sir, are you smiling?" You grin, and instead of dazzling them with radiant democracy, you reveal a set of chompers that looks like it's been through a bug breach mission. Congratulations, you failed Super Earth. Dental hygiene is not a luxury, it is a weapon. Every flossed gap is a no man's land the squids can't cross. Every brushed canine is a tribute to canine units fallen in the line of civic duty. Every fluoride rinse is another orbital strike of freshness upon plaque insurgents. The next time you're deployed, ask yourself, are my molars mission ready? Would the Ministry of Smiles approve this bite radius? If I were to be captured by the enemy and forced to eat their rations, could I do so without embarrassing the SEAF? Super dentists across the Federation work tirelessly to ensure our bite remains more than symbolic. But they can't do it alone. So brush twice daily, floss like you're removing hidden vote lists, and remember, halitosis is the scent of tyranny. Be brave, be strong, and be the kind of helldiver whose teeth can shatter fascism before breakfast. The path to freedom may be paved in blood, but the smile of democracy should be paved in enamel. Thank you, brave soldiers, for your undivided attention during this important broadcast. We're back to our regular scheduling, so we'll see you all again on Friday. We hope you have Flames of Freedom on repeat while you dive, and that you've checked out all our other content as well. And don't forget that Future Salute and Indie Salute post regularly, so subscribe to those channels when you can. We promise you won't regret it. Until next time, Helldivers, stay committed and stay alive for Super Earth and democracy.